All right. Hello. Can anyone hear me? All right. This is mainly a test. Oh, there I am. Okay. Just making sure all of this is working. Hey, everyone. So, we are testing some new software for an upcoming live stream for our Power Rangers Survivor. And I should be looking at this window. But, anyways, you're here for the review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Red Mighty Morphin, and Gold ZEO pack. So, this one we actually got from Hasbro, but just a disclaimer, I did buy one from Chris over at Toku Nation and PowerRanger.com. And I bought one off of him, got it sent to me, and then the original one that I had, the Red Ranger was completely messed up. I just bent his back, the hips popped out. It was kind of a mess. And then out of the blue, Hasbro, my press contact over there, said, hey, we're sending out copies of this figure. And I was like, cool. So I can do a review on that. And I will be buying another one. So Hasbro customer service, I told them the issue about the one that I purchased from San Diego Comic-Con. They sent me a return label via email, printed that out. I shipped that out today. So there's no guarantee that I'm actually going to get a complete replacement of this thing. They said I will either get a replacement if it's still in stock, or I'll get a something of equal value. So either way, it'll be interesting to see what I get from there. But in the meantime, I got this one from Hasbro Direct through Ranger Command, and we're gonna review this. So I've taken out the figures just to cut down some of that. The packaging is amazing. It's Tom Wallen's art, Strong Stuff Tom on Twitter. It's freaking gorgeous. The packaging is actually very nice. Nice heavy cardboard, thick construction. Just very nice spot gloss as well on the logo on top. And just overall very nice. So there's a bottom part that comes off, slides off for the slip cover. And the slip cover, you pull it off to reveal the figures that would be inside here. Some nice packaging on the back. And you get the story of Jason and his two Ranger forms. So, pretty cool stuff. I really love the packaging. And today, Hasbro announced that they will be phasing out any plastic packaging by the end of 2022. And I think that includes window packaging as well. So it'll be curious to see what that is all about, how that will affect Power Rangers toys in the future. I think it's a great thing for the environment, getting rid of the single-use plastics. But it will be interesting to see from a designer standpoint, from a consumer standpoint, how all that plays out. So you're left with these two pieces. My only gripe on the packaging is when you try to put these back in, you can see there's a little lip on the inside which might catch on the packaging as you try to slip it back in. So a little bit of hang up there. You can always remove the tab and repackage it that way. But overall, I think this is gorgeous display artwork. You can put these on a shelf, maybe make them bookends. I don't know. But they're really cool. So I've taken the figures out, but they come in this tray. You get tray for you. What's up? So you've got the two Austin St. John, Jason Lee Scott heads. You've got 2 fists for the Gold Ranger, 2 fists for the Red Ranger. I believe they're all using the same glove mold. You get 2 of the Gold Ranger staff and the sidearms for the Blade Blaster in blade and blaster form, as well as the Dragon Dagger. And completely unique to this set, you get the full power cannon with all the power weapons. That's pretty sweet. And it's really cool. One thing to note is getting the figures out of this packaging is kind of tough. And you really have to pop out some of the legs and the pieces. And I really wish that they would stop posing these figures in hard plastic packaging like this, because the one I received originally, the Red Ranger leg was all bent out of shape, bow-legged, and I'm really not a fan of restricting the movement in packaging like this, especially hard packaging with these hard corners where the plastic can get bent or warped or whatever. So I'm not too big of a fan on that. The original one I got, also the Red Ranger, had 2 left hands, so he had a left open hand and in his right hand. That wasn't great. But this set didn't, so I got 2 figures, or 2 packages. The quality control is kind of a mixed bag, at least in the 2 that I received. So that's just a fair bit of warning, just being honest for all of you. And then we get to the main event. So the Gold Ranger, he's freaking awesome. What can he say about him? He's great. The shield is bendable plastic, like a soft plastic, which does tend to lead to some warpage. But again, you apply like a hot blow dryer to this, maybe mold the plastic. I know Chris in his review said if you hold the arm up in a certain way and leave that overnight, where there's some tension in the sword, or in tension on the arm and the shield, maybe that'll come off. But otherwise, this figure is gorgeous. I love the gold on this figure. Very nicely done. Just a well-made figure. I love all the articulation. I love all of the detail. I think one of the coolest things that they did was add the actual wrinkles, like from the fabric suit to the figures. It just adds a bit of realism. It's really nice. You got the gold power staff in its open blaster gold rush mode. Just a very solid figure. The posability on these is great, but I'm now afraid to bend the back any more than it should be due to what I received. But, you can pose this guy in various forms, and it's very cool. I really like it. So, that is the Gold Ranger. He looks awesome. What more can be said about him? Except it's time for a Gold Rush. And then, of course, you've got the armored Red Ranger. And I am really careful with this guy considering my last one. So, on my last one, I did, kind of I was trying to bend the back a little bit, because there is a joint here. There is a joint for ab crunch, and you can go the other way. I've done it on my Shadow Ranger figure a bunch of times. It's not a problem there. But for whatever reason, my original one kind of broke in a sense. So what happened was I bent it. The back was bent, and then whatever peg is in the hip kind of pushed and split the hip apart on both sides. Not a pretty situation. So especially when it comes to these figures, I would say, be gentle with these. Take your time in posing them, and I think you should be fine. And before this, I haven't really owned any Marvel Legends figures, because I know that these Power Ranger figures are heavily based on those. So this is really my first time with Hasbro's line of figures. And overall, I think the posability is amazing. All the different like boot rotator cuffs, all of the joints, really nice ratchets, and then you got like an ankle swivel. So I love all of the articulation on these figures. I think they're fantastic. The problem is, especially because I got Lightning Collection Wave 2 over the weekend, and my Kim figure, obviously, so it's a new mold for the female body. I wasn't too impressed with the female body form, at least when it came to the arms. The arms felt very weak, the joints felt very soft, and it felt like the arm was just very delicate. So it'll be interesting to see what they do for another female figure and what kind of changes they can improve on that end. Otherwise, I think the male figures are sturdily made, but now I'm pretty cautious when it comes to these figures and posing them. Again, don't force anything. If it's not going to bend a certain way, don't even try to do it. So, yeah. Overall, it's a great set. I know this video is a little short, but I'm mainly doing this so that we can test the live stream software, which we'll be using for Power Rangers Survivor Live on Ranger Command. And that is going to be on Power Rangers Day, which is August 28th. That's National Power Rangers Day. That's the official day that they created for Power Rangers on the anniversary day itself. So it'll be Doug from Wallop and Web Snappers and Victory Road, a Pokemon podcast on the Four Eyed Radio Network, and he's been my co-host for all of the Power Rangers Survivor events. But now we're doing something special for the fourth one. We're getting all of our listeners involved. We're going to have a live stream that evening. Details are to follow, but definitely subscribe to this channel so you can be aware of when we'll go live, and we'll definitely tweet it out, put it on social media, all of that stuff. So this is really a test. I'm going to check out the chat since I haven't really been watching the chat. Yeah, so not a lot of people watching. That's fine. This is kind of like a live, just off the cuff thing. Whatever. But now I am a little bit more confident in what's going on with this. So maybe I can share my screen. How do I do that? Whoa, it's going into infinity. That's crazy. But I am using OBS software. So there you go. It's my first time doing that kind of a thing for the stream. Anyways, the review of the Mighty Morphin Red and ZEO Gold 2-pack. This will be available on Hasbro Pulse next week. In a week, if you are a Pulse Prime member, you will be able to... Pulse Prime? That's not a thing. Pulse Premium. So if you are a Hasbro Pulse Premium member, you can actually get these on sale a day early on August 27th, but it goes on sale for everyone again on National Power Rangers Day, August 28th. So if you are interested in the set, I think it's retailing for $50 and whatever shipping. If you're a Pulse Premium member, then you have free shipping. And I think they do a pretty good job with shipping. I've had no problems with any of that. The set box itself comes wrapped in a nice plastic cover that you remove. So I think this set is worth a buy, especially if you're a fan of the gold and red Rangers. Who knows when we'll get the rest of the other MMPR figures. So right now you can have the Power Blaster a little early with all of the power weapons. And overall, I think it's a really good set. Just be warned that there may be some quality control issues depending on the figure that you receive. Who knows? I may have just gone one bad one out of 1,000. I don't know how many they've made, but Hasbro's customer service is really great, and they've done a good job taking care of me so far. We'll see what that replacement is whenever I get that. So, thank you for tuning in to this very short test, which will eventually culminate in 8 days for Power Rangers Survivor Live, Good versus Evil. So tune into that. Thank you for those who tuned in, and we'll see you later.